This is the summer of 2020, and we're sitting down with Terry's father, Mick Byrne, up at Big Falls to discuss the introduction of dry fly fishing to Newfoundland. Mick has been coming to Big Falls for 60 years with his family, and of course I dive right into my favorite question, and I'm so glad I did. And you like dry fly or wet fly fishing?
Well, you may not believe this, but when I came here first, I didn't know anything about dry fly. I couldn't understand it, sort of thing, because I couldn't see how you could put a fly out and call it dry fly.
Right, because now it's wet.
You know what I mean? I had wet fly. I only had about like the blue charm and silver tip and ton of like. Okay. That's about 3 wet flies I had, you know. That's all I have.
And they all still work.
And I bought these in Springdale. So when I could go pool and like I said, I could see these fish, but at this point, I'm not there very long, but at this point I didn't have any luck of hooking it up. And this guy came down in a canoe, all in and right out from me, like the cast out to him. How was the fish? Any fish? Well, I said, I haven't hooked anything, but I see fish there. That way. Well, that's good. And then he straightened his waist up the canoe, and then he took out his pipe and tobacco, and cut up tobacco, and ground it up his hand, and filled his pipe, and lit his pipe, and when he got him going smoking, he took up his rod, and from this, I could see him getting ready, his rod did just normal. And when he started to cast back and forth, he could cast much better than I could. And when I see him swinging this back and forth, I could see this big white thing, and I was watching. And I'm using about a 6 or 8 wet fly. And I'm seeing this going through there, and it looked just like something you see on these bumblebee flowers when they die. You know, they're flower.
Oh, yeah. Puffball.
Yeah, puffy white flower, you know. And I could see this happen. And then he had one where he pitched just out from me, 6 or 8 feet out from me. So I'm out in the water a little bit, high water's and when I pitched, I'm looking at it, and the first thing on my mind, now I don't know much about this, but you know less. That's what come to my mind, eh? And I'm looking at it, and I think every fish in the river came for it. But at least 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah, came for it. And he hooked one. Still smoking his pipe, playing out, reeled in. Guys dipped aboard the canoe, done what he had to do. Flicked through pitching on the water. As soon as he pitched up another one. I said, what the name of God is it? I never seen this before, you know.
Yeah. So now you only fish dry fly here, do you?
And I only fish dry fly. Yeah.
He won't put on the wet, then he'll fish it till he says it's too dark. It's no good to change anyway. No. I can't see it.
Really?
I can't see it. Yeah. But like I said, I started and then the main fly,
Macintosh.
that's the first dry fly I used.
Was it the gray one or the brown one?
Well, I think it was the gray one. Yeah. And anyhow, then I was to the white wolf, say. That was the white wolf
That's
one.
what Buddy was using.
That's what Buddy was
Oh.
using. He was a big white wolf, and he pitched this on, and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So anyhow, I learned what that was all about, and then used that for a few years, and a lot of success.
And you could just see it out there, but the fish used to, not like they takes a bomber.
Really?
Oh,
They used to curl up right slow and open their mouth like
We're-
this.
I remember when I used to go up on Susan's Rockway,
Yeah.
and get out first when I got chest waders. Get out, line up every even now on this side of the river.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if I can get out there with this Macintosh, I'll get fish. So this day I comes down and there's nobody out in the river. But the line up on that side and the line up over on the far side. But there's no one out where this fella was to the evening before. Well, I got to get up. Hard to get out there. You know, just the way that just could make it for a short distance, and then you could come up. You come up a bit high. So when I comes up a bit high out in the river, and I'm sure all this crowd was in there, didn't see anyone get out there before, but I see one guy get out there. And so I gets out and I just, because I know I'm too, I can reach these guys, so, you know, I can put my fly right where they're putting theirs, understand? Yeah. So I don't want to be right aggressive and give it to her right away and take my time. And I'm just throwing it there and I'm throwing it down the river just to get some line out of my reel and that. And then I got this Macintosh on it. And when I get the chance, I see watching the fellas cast and there's a space right where their flies is coming down. I put the Macintosh over there. As soon as it hit, we're up in and they're on the morning now, you know. And I just get there. The first cast strikes like that. With this Macintosh strikes the water, up into it. So right away I get some over out of a clear, understand?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm over on the far side, and I get the fish over clear, and I pretty well sure these figures what is a fluke, you know, it just can happen, this can happen. So I no rush at this point. I don't want to get these fellas mad with me over on the other side of the river. You know, I take my time, brings in the fish, keeping every fish in, because you could. So, and at that point, you could keep 4 a day.
Okay.
But first when I come, you could keep 6 a day. And so you keep 4 a day. So I brings in this fish, takes my time and not no hurry now, because this is too instant, understand? One cast, I got this, gets up, gets straight away and ties onto my belt, and he's floating there in the water. And I gets my fly okay again. I'm a long time at this, because I know now I'm going to
another one's
by
coming.
a few flicks again into another. Anyhow, I got 4 and tied them under my belt and walked in out of it. Hope I get it, because I said, if I falls in, them fellas are going to be some glad.
Yes. You have taken all their fish.
I said, I definitely can't fall in going in at it. But now, that was on the Macintosh.